Welcome everybody to another episode of Bald Guy Predictions. Today we're going to go over UFC 206, Max Holloway versus Anthony Pettis. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you would like, subscribe, and leave some comments in the comment section, I'd be glad to get back with you. I'm your host, Ben, and this is my co-host, Jason Ditto. Let's get right into it. For the first fight on Fight Pass, we have Zach Makowski versus Dustin Ortiz in the flyweight division, 125 pounds. Currently, Zach is the favorite with 19 wins and 7 losses. He has 1 KO and 6 submissions. He's fighting Dustin Ortiz, 15-6 record with 6 KOs and 4 submissions. Zach comes in at the favorite, minus 165. Dustin is plus 145. For this fight, I see it going all the way to the distance, and I'm going to give the decision to Zach Makowski.
Well, Mr. Wade, this first fight with Zach and Ortiz, it's going to be a real fast-paced fight. Dustin Ortiz, he's hard to knock out. Zach doesn't have, I don't think Zach has the power to knock him out. Zach is the favorite, minus 175. He's only got 1 KO, 6 submissions, and 12 decisions. Ortiz reminds me of Miesha Tate's boyfriend. He likes to stay in the pocket like Carlay. But I think Zach's got more power or more speed in him. And I do agree with you on going to decision. I think this will go to decision, and we'll go from there.
Who do you got to win?
Zach.
All right, so we're both in agreement. Zach wins by decision. The next fight is lightweight division, 155 pounds. We've got Sago versus Khabilov. Sago has a 12-2 record. He does have 8 submissions, and Khabilov has a 20-3 record with 4 KOs and 5 submissions. I also see this fight going to a decision. Khabilov is currently the favorite at a minus 210. Sago is a plus 175. I see this going all the way, and I'm giving the win to Khabilov by decision.
This is going to be a real tough fight to pick. Khabilov, he's like you said, he's 20-3. Jason, he's 12-2, but he has a real strong ground game. He's 8 of his wins went by submission at 66 or 67%. I think if it goes to the ground, Jason can get this. But if it stays up, Khabilov will win. And I agree with you about going to decision. But this is a real tough fight to pick, because I was doing a little bit of research on Jason. He has more speed than Khabilov, but I think personally, I'll have to go with Khabilov. He's got more experience in MMA, so I will go with Khabilov by decision.
All right, on to the next fight. This will be the final fight on Fight Pass. It's in the lightweight division, 155 pounds. We have John the Bull McDessie with a 14-5 record against Lando Groovy Venata. He has an 8-1 record. Makdessi is coming in as the underdog at a plus 150, and Venata is a minus 185. Venata is a fight finisher. He has 3 KOs and 4 submissions, and has only had 9 fights. Makdessi has 9 KOs and no submissions, and been to decision 8 times in his professional career. The way I see this fight going is I see it being a really good fight. I see it back and forth, a lot of punches being thrown. I see Makdessi coming out hard, fast, and strong, trying to get the KO. However, I see Venata being able to slip, dodge, and possibly even get the takedown. I don't see this one going the distance. I'm actually going to go with the favorite. I think this will be our first KO of the night, and I'm going to give it to Venata KO, probably around the second round.
Hey, this Venata guy, this is the guy that fought Tony Ferguson on like 8-day notice. I really liked the way he fought him on 8-day notice. Got in there, started banging like he's been in the UFC for years. This John the Bull, every other week he's talking about retirement. You know, he's supposed to be retiring or whatever, but he's got power. He has to do it early. If he doesn't do it early, he's going to gas out. And I think because of Venata having a full training camp this time, I think he's going to get it done, and he's going to. I agree with you. I'm going to go with the favorite, Venata, with a knockout.
Awesome. All right, so on to the preliminary matches. We have Mitch Gagnon in the bantamweight division at 135 pounds against Matthew Lopez. Gagnon is the minus 150 favorite currently, and Lopez is a plus 130. By this evening, I do believe this is probably going to be a pick'em. The odds are going to even out. Gagnon is 12-3. He has no KOs. He does, however, have 11 submissions. Matthew Lopez is an 8-1 for his record. He's mixed up a little bit. He's got 3 KOs and 4 submissions. So both these guys are going to look for the finish. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. 135 pounds. It's going to be crazy. You know, like little chihuahuas in the ring, you know, going at it. Lots of fast-paced action. However, it's hard to say whether somebody's going to get the submission or it's going to go all the way to decision. The lighter weight guys, they have a tendency to go all the way, you know, quite a bit. I'm going to go with Mitch Gagnon here, with the submission, or possibly go all the way to the decision.
I did some research on both of these guys, Lopez and Gagnon. Mitch. They're both good on the ground. I completely, totally agree with you about it. I like you were saying, probably at the end of the night or before this fight starts, it's going to be probably a pick'em fight. If it goes to the ground and if one of them leaves something open, somebody's going to take something home with them, or somebody's going to get choked the fuck out.
Yeah, for sure.
So I will go with the favorite on this. I'll have to ride the bandwagon with him. He's got 11 submissions, 12 wins, and 11 of them by submission. So I will definitely say submission. Old bitch.
All right. On to our female fight of the night. We've got Valerie Letourneau versus Vivian Pereira. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I apologize if it's incorrect. Valerie is 8-5. She is currently the favorite at 150 or minus 155. We've got Vivian With 11-0, she is, I believe this is her debut, UFC
Yes, sir.
debut.
Yep.
She is the underdog at a plus 135. I actually think this is going to be a pretty good fight. I don't know if Vivian's quite ready for the UFC yet, but she's here, and it's go time for her. Valerie, she's got 4 KOs and a submission. Vivian's got 4 KOs and 2 submissions. So on paper, it's pretty even. I hope both women get to have the opportunity to showcase their skills. I like Valerie quite a bit. I don't know much about Vivian, but I think this will be a decision fight. Girls will go all the way, and I believe Valerie's probably going to outstrike her and get that decision.
I'll have to disagree on a few things about this fight. I think this newbie, she's coming in like 4'11". Valerie's got like 8 inches, 7 or 8 inches on her. The reach advantage is unreal. Small things coming. Diamond comes in small packages, but I don't think she's even ready for Valerie. Valerie has fought the champ. She's an elite fighter. She's been in the UFC a little bit longer than she has. I think this other girl needs to have a fight before, like a warm-up fight before this one. I'll say knockout. I say that she's going to knock her out. 50% of her wins went to knockouts. Valerie's has. So I agree with you on the favorite, but I go with knockout.
All right, so we picked the same person. He says knockout. I say decision. All right, on to our next fight in the lightweight division. This is 155 pounds. We have Oliver Mercier against Drew Dober. Oliver is 9-2. Drew is 17-7. Drew has 3 KOs and 9 submissions. Oliver Mercier has no KOs and 7 submissions. Drew Dober has far more experience than Oliver, and I was actually thinking that this could be the upset of the night, with Oliver coming in at a minus 165 and Dober coming in at a plus 145. I was actually leaning toward Drew Dober when I first started doing my research, just because he has more experience. Then I saw the weigh-ins, and Oliver Mercier just towers over Drew Dober. He's just humongous.
I have to agree.
So, with that being the matchup, I do believe that Dober's going to give him a pretty good fight, but I believe the length and the reach of his long, lanky body is going to give him the advantage, and we will end up seeing a fairly easy submission, or a fairly easy decision, or he'll slap on a submission and will win just because he's the bigger fighter.
Yeah, I watched the weigh-ins last night after I got off work. I agree with you. Oliver is a lot bigger than Dober. Dober, he's 17-7, 9 submissions, 3 knockouts, 5 decisions. Special another thing too is Oliver's fighting in his his home country. So I think basically it's going to be a body kick to the body, and it's going to go to the ground, and he's going to submit him. And you can laugh at me as long as you want.
I just thought a body kick to the body was pretty funny.
You can laugh as long as you want, but I'm right. I'm gonna go with the Oliver by submission.
All right. Jason says Oliver, body kick to the body. All right, on to the next fight. This is the light heavyweight division, 205 pounds. We got Nikita Krylov versus Misha Serkinov, I believe is how you pronounce that. Great fight. This is gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. Nikita Krylov comes out with a 21-4 record. He is the slight favorite currently on Bovada with minus 130, and we've got Misha coming in at a minus 115. So by fight night tonight, this is a pick'em. You can go ahead and flip a coin on who you're going to bet on. Nikita's got 8 KOs, 13 submissions. Misha has a 12-2 record with 4 KOs and 6 submissions. On paper, these guys are very even. Nikita does have twice as many pro fights. I think this is going to be a very entertaining fight. These guys are going to come out, and I believe Nikita is going to try to take Misha down. Misha does have a 100% takedown defense currently. I hope this doesn't stay on the ground. I don't believe Misha will be on the ground very long if Krylov can take him down. I'm going to side with Nikita Krylov. Regardless of whether he can take him down or not, I still see him getting in an exchange with Misha and connecting, and somewhere around the second round, Nikita gets the KO.
This fight right here is it's going to be a very interesting fight because they're both good fighters. Nikita, he's Krylov, or not Krylov, Nikita and what's the other? Misha. They're both very good fighters. I could say this could be the fight of the night. They're both light heavyweights. I personally doesn't think that Krylov is Misha doesn't have the gas tank to go, all 3 rounds with him. It's going to be a basically fast pace, and I'll have to go with Nikita for a knockout.
Awesome.
Tonight.
Yes, I do believe this will be knockout of the night.
Yeah.
Both of us in agreement. Krylov for the win via knockout. On to the main card of the evening. We start off in the welterweight division, 170 pounds. We've got Jordan Young Gun Mean versus Emil Meek. Jordan has a 29-10 record with 16 KOs and 7 submissions, and Emil comes in with 8-2-1 with 7 KOs and a single submission. This here is going to be pretty straightforward. They're going to come out, they're going to bang. Jordan Mean's going to connect, KO, second round, done.
Yeah. I watched the weigh-ins. Whatever, they call him the Viking or whatever his name is, Meek. Means, I seen him. He looks pretty, Meek looks pretty cut. I think he cut too much weight to come down to meet Mean. Jordan, he's been in the UFC for a while. He was talking about retiring or, whatever, taking, maybe doing some family time. I have to agree with you, but I don't think it's going to go to the second round. I think it's personally going to go to the first round. It's going to come out, dink, dink, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a knee to the face and a knockout, and I'm going to score big on DraftKings.
All right. So we're both in agreement there with Young Gun Mean winning by KO. All right. On to our next fight. Middleweight division, 185 pounds. We got Crazy Tim Kennedy versus Kelvin. I don't like him very much. Gastelum. Tim Kennedy comes in at the 18-5. He currently is the favorite at a -135. Gastelum has 13-2. He's got 4 KOs and 4 submissions. Kennedy has 6 KOs and 8 submissions. I don't like Gastelum. All right, I do not like him at all. He's not very professional. He needs to stay here at 185. He can't make 170s. The one thing that bugs me the most is that I continue to get disappointed that he doesn't make his fight so that I can see him get his ass whooped. All right, so finally, we're back up in here at 185, and Tim Kennedy is going to do it for me. He's going to whip Kelvin Gastelum's ass. I don't think he's getting the KO. I don't think he's getting the submission. To Kelvin's credit, it's going to be a tough fight for him. Kennedy does not get the finish, does get the decision via whooping Kelvin's ass.
Well, I know we talked about this earlier today. I don't like Tim Kennedy. I don't like Gastineau. But Gastineau went out there and beat Big Rig. Made him look like a punk.
Big Rig was a punk.
Yeah. Kennedy, he's been off fighting our enemies,
doing man shit.
Doing
man shit.
I think he's G.I. Joe. 2.5 years.
Thank you, Tim Kennedy. Thank you.
You got me off my game.
Handle your business.
Tim Kennedy's been, I think he's got a little ring rust. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to gas out. Now, I don't think Gastineau's going to gas out. I think it's going to go to probably decision. It's going to be like a little wrestling match. Gastineau's got a little bit more speed than Kennedy. Kennedy's got a lot of power, but I think the power is not going to be there tonight. I think it's going to go to decision. I think Gastineau's going to get it done tonight for a decision. Gastineau.
All right. Jason's got Kelvin. I've got Tim. Make sure you comment in the comment section on who you like for this fight, and we will gladly respond. On to the next fight. It is Cub Swanson versus Doo-Hoo Choi, the Korean Superboy. This is in the featherweight division at 145 pounds. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a great fight. We've got 23-7 for Cub, 14-1 for Doo-Hoo Choi. The Korean Superboy is on a tear. He has 11 KOs and a submission. Cub has 8 KOs and 7 submissions. On paper, critics, everybody, they're all saying the Korean Superboy is just going to get this done. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the upset of the night. If you're betting, if you're on your call your bookie up, tell him to bet the farm on Cub Swanson. All right, I've got Cub Swanson winning this easily by decision. Korean Superboy is going to come out. He's going to come out hard, fast, looking for that KO. Cub's going to slip, dip, take him down, and beat his ass. Cub Swanson wins by decision. You heard it here. Bet the farm.
Well, Mr. Wade, I think you're completely wrong with that. With betting the farm on Cub Swanson, I think he's on a downfall. After he got his ass whooped by Frankie Yeager, he had to go back and regroup on that. Got his jaw broken. He is personally afraid to be hit. I think this Korean guy is legit. Now, I think he's going to be up in the top 3 by the end of the year. After he beats Swanson tonight by a knockout, I think probably by in the first round, because this guy's got power and he waits and sits and sits and sits, and he chooses his shots. He's got a good takedown defense. I personally think it's going to be a knockout, and it's going to be, you said bet the farm. I think you're wrong tonight. Sorry. You might be moving in with me after tonight. So or I might be moving in, taking over.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Korean. I'm gonna go with Superboy.
All right.
Okay.
On to our co-main event of the evening. In the welterweight division at 170 pounds, we've got Cowboy Cerrone versus Matt Immortal Brown. This right here is a very interesting fight. Cowboy is a heavy favorite at a minus 280. His record is 31-7. He's got 7 KOs and 16 submissions. Matt, the Immortal Brown, has a 22-15 record, 12 KOs and 6 submissions. Matt, I believe, is in a must-win situation this evening. I think this is going to be a tough fight for him. He is he's a 2.5 to 1 underdog currently. I think he's got a shot. The only way I would see Matt Brown winning is if it went all 3 rounds and he got the decision. However, this is my pick of the night for submission of the night. Donald Cerrone outclasses him. I think Matt Brown is trying to intimidate Donald Cerrone, and we all know Donald Cerrone don't give a fuck. He don't care who you are, where you are, when it is, he will fight you. He's not intimidated. Matt Brown tried to get in his face and mean mug him and all that. Donald Cerrone don't give a fuck. He don't play those games. He ain't afraid of no man. He might not win them all, but he'll fight everybody. He don't give a shit. He don't. And that's why I really like Donald Cerrone, and I believe MMA fans around the world like him because of that. He just don't give a shit. He goes in there and has a good time. Tonight, I think he's going to have so much of a good time that after he easily skates through the first round, Matt Brown's going to get frustrated. They're going to go to the ground, probably because Matt took him there. Donald's going to find his way around the back. He's going to seek in the rear naked choke. Bam. Submission of the night. Welcome to Bellator, Matt the Immortal Brown.
Well, that's, Mr. Wade, Donald Cerrone is one of my best fighters today. I got a bunch of signed pictures of him, and he's 3-0 over at up at the welterweight. He doesn't have to cut all that weight. I've never liked Immortal, Mr. Brown. I've always liked Cowboy. He goes in there, like you said, doesn't give 2 fucks who you are, whatever. He's just waiting for Conor McGregor to come on, step up, and so he could crack that fucking Lucky Charm motherfucker. But anyways, tonight it's going to be all Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone's going to get, he's going to do that 1-2, to the body, what he did to Story. He's got technique, and if Jake Ellenberger can beat Brown, well, Donald Cerrone can whoop Brown. So anyways, welcome to Bellator, Mr. Brown. I have to go with Donald Cerrone tonight, Mr. Cowboy. He gets it done. I personally think it's going to be a knockout. I say second round.
All right. On to the main event. We have Max Blessed Holloway versus Anthony Showtime Pettis. This is in the featherweight division. What a wonderful opportunity for both these guys. All right, they stripped Conor, gave the title to Aldo, and now these two guys were supposed to battle it out for the interim, which the winner of this fight should in turn fight Aldo next to unify the belt. However, Mr. Showtime Pettis, I don't know what's going on in his life. I don't know if it's the recent tragedies he's got going on at his house, people stalking him, fucking with him. I don't know what's going on, but he's off his game right now. And I heard that his dietitian was living with him and, regulating everything that he eats and cooking his meals and all that, and he still came in 3 pounds over. What a missed opportunity for Mr. Pettis. I like Mr. Pettis' the way he fights. He's entertaining. He's fun to watch. Max Bless Holloway is on a tear. 9-fight win streak and just ripping through people like it's nothing. This dude truly is going to take advantage of the situation. This fight got moved up to the main event. because of the Rumble Cormier. Daniel Cormier pulled muscle in his groin and was unable to fight. So this is the main event. They made it for a title. Anthony blew it. Max has taken advantage, and I see that's exactly how the fight's going to go. This is going to be a fight of the night candidate. Anthony, they're both very flashy. Max Holloway is a taller fighter. Anthony Pettis is going to be a little thicker, may even be a little bit stronger. Max Holloway is going to be faster, more accurate. I think they're both going to have the opportunity to showcase their skills because I see this going all the way. I see Anthony Pettis falling short. My prediction is Max bless Holloway, win by decision.
Huh. This whole time I was in Anthony Pettis' corner. I was going to pick him tonight with a lot of things that's going on. I really like him. He come down to 145, and he had to come down to 145 because he was getting his ass whooped up at 150 anymore, and the boys were coming up just kicking and sticking. So he had to come down 145, and I figured, he had, after yesterday with the weigh-ins, 3 pounds over. Come on, he made it the first time. Why couldn't he make it the second time? I don't know what, out to eat too much time, or the guy that he hired to live with him to do dietitians, whatever he was doing. The whatever's going through, but Holloway, he's the only one that went to a decision with Conor McGregor back in the day when Conor stepped on up. I don't know why this fight is really going on. I think just to keep it going on to the main event. What's Pettis got to prove? He missed weight. He doesn't get, if he wins, he doesn't get a shot at the title or, whatever. So, I don't understand from here. What does Pettis, if he does win,
he may stay in the rankings. He just doesn't,
maybe next time.
Well, maybe he'll, this is for the interim belt, so if he actually wins, he won't get the interim belt.
No.
But he'll still get the W.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll have to fight Frankie Edgar. Maybe he fights Frankie Edgar to get Aldo.
Oh, well, So if Pettis wins, there's no belt.
I don't think it's an immediate title shot. I think he'll have to fight again.
Oh, for an interim or
no? I think the interim will go away because, well, no, they'll have to have an interim because it needs to be unified because Aldo was given the belt, not earned the belt.
Yeah, it's very confusing. So
yeah, I think Pettis will have the opportunity to get there. I don't think he shouldn't go down in rankings. It's just whether he's got some fake.
Well, he's got something to prove too.
Well, he's got to. It's his time. He hasn't been Showtime in a while.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's Showtime tonight. But if you're going to pick one, Blessed is paving the path right now, and I just really think that he's got the momentum.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to. That's why I believe it's going to a decision, 5-round war.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you about Max Holloway. He's on a tear, man. He's smoking everybody. He's going through everybody. He's not smoking them, but he's going through them. Decision or whatever. But I'll have to go with the favorite tonight because I'm very mad about the situation with Pettis. I was going to go with Pettis, but I think he cut too much weight. He couldn't make weight, so he's going to gas out a little bit, and I think Holloway's going to outscore him. It's going to go to decision, but he's going to be outscored, and it's whatever. But I'm going to go with the favorite by decision. Holloway will get the chance to fight Aldo. He'll get the belt tonight, the interim belt. We'll go from there. So I'm going to take Holloway by decision. All 5 rounds.
All right, guys. I appreciate you watching and tuning in. Please share this video if you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We got the new camera in, so the picture's a little better. I apologize about the audio. I've got a mic on the way, so these things will gradually get better. Let's share these. Let's share these videos out there. I'm going to get up to 50, 100 subscribers, and then I'll start giving away some autographed photos. I've got hundreds of photos.
Yep.
So please drop me a comment in the comment section who your favorite fighter is, and I can go through my photos, and maybe we'll have a raffle next time. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Yep. Thank you. See you next on the 17th.